Hey everybody, it's been quite a while since I've made a video. I took a long break around the Christmas time. Some of it was because I got sick, and some of it was because I just wanted to take some time off and enjoy that time with family. I came back and we did our first live show a couple days ago, and we'll be doing that again very soon on the 18th when the team does it. It has been moved to Thursday if you didn't know about it. But today I'm here to take part in the social media share your story challenge that they're currently doing on the Splinterlands uh, team. They wanted us to come and kind of share our journey with you guys and talk to you a little bit about, why we were here and all of those other things. Oh, there it is. I see it. I had it up. I was just going to show it to you. If you guys aren't really aware, they have revamped their social media challenge, and now they usually have some kind of theme. In the past, they had just let us do whatever we wanted, so I was able to make whatever kind of video I wanted. Now they have themes. It makes it a little bit nicer because a lot of us will be sharing similar things out there, but also takes away a bit of our creativity. But that's okay because I think this is a better way to do this. So we're going to go through here and kind of touch the bases on what they wanted us to do. A lot of you might know my original story, so I'm going to let them kind of guide me this time. And I'm going to go, make sure I touch the points they want and then go on and expand upon them as I want. Now, how did I discover Splinterlands? Well, let's go ahead and go to my account. Let's go to my profile. And you can see that I am quite an old player in this game. I've been playing since June of 2018. Yes, that means that in June of 2024, it'll be 6 years for me, but we are past the 5 year mark. And I am considered one of the more original players, but not original players, as the game launched in May of 2018. Also, I didn't take part in the alpha sale. I was not some big whale in the at the time Steam ecosystem. That's why it was originally called Steam Monsters. And if you don't know that, then you weren't around. But as the game changed and evolved, and we had that big break, it is now Splinterlands. And that name fits better because you don't want to be tied into a chain. You don't want to be Steam Monsters or Hive Monsters, in my opinion. Now, the one thing I will say is, being somebody that got in early, a lot of times people think that my opinion is not as valid as some other people. Let's face it, if you tried to come into this game when Untamed was really expensive, when land was really expensive, when SPS was in its dollar to maybe 40 to 50 cents range, and now we're sitting at 3 cents, your opinion's going to be very different than mine. Mostly because I got in when none of those things even existed. Being an early adopter allowed me to get a lot of airdrops, to get into land when it was on the original sales, to get into Untamed when it was basically what Rebellion is today, just a set for sale. These kind of things makes everyone's journey so different in Splinterlands, and that's something we should all remember. Certain people are going to be salty, certain people are going to be like me and just happy and not care. And that's because I went into a random Discord, said, hey, is this going to be a real game? And people said, yes, it is. It's a real game with real cards. Go ahead and get into it and sign up and let us know. And I did, and I was immediately showered with free cards and free packs because it was something so new. This is why I have a history of being kind of a generous player in this ecosystem. I've given away a Rooney. I've given away a level 4 Mylor when it was a very expensive card. I have given away tons of cards on my times when I was a Splinterlands TV streamer. All of those type of things happened because when I discovered this game, people embraced me in a way that I always wanted to embrace other people, to try to bring them into this game that's been so rewarding for me to be a part of. When it comes to just straight, how did I discover this? It was just that simple. I was on Steam. I was looking for things to do on Steam. It was a blogging platform. I was trying to find ways to interact with the different communities that were forming. I'd always been into games. I had played Magic. I had played World of Warcraft pretty extensively when I was younger. That's what drove me to want to get into crypto and NFTs, and NFT gaming sounded interesting to me. And Splinterlands was the first one that was doing something that I was very familiar with and at price points that I could afford to get into. We've already gone over my duration. I'm on 5.5 years, coming up on 6. They want to know how much time do I have to spend daily in Splinterlands. To tell you the truth, for me, I spend somewhere around an hour daily. I usually play in the morning on before I go into work for about 20 minutes or so, a couple early morning battles. I work my shift, and then during my lunch, I go for a walk and play on my phone. Yes, the mobile client does allow me to play if I play on the browser through the Hive keychain, but if you use the actual Splinterlands mobile app, which is not what they want you to do, they're not dedicating a lot of resources into it, it doesn't work so much for you. That usually allows me to do my 20 to 30 battles. I typically rank in Modern in the Champion 2 to Champion 1. I don't usually win leaderboard prizes, but I've done it before. I'm a pretty good player. I have a maxed Untamed set, a maxed Chaos Legion set, and I'm working on that maxed Rebellion set. I didn't have maxed Alpha, didn't have maxed Beta, but I'm also a holder of land. So occasionally, not every day do I have to do this because land doesn't require you to check it every day at this point. But I do spend an extra maybe 20 minutes occasionally going to my land, doing my claims, activating another plot if I've got enough DEC from rentals to do that, and just managing that. I am managing 196 lands. I only have about 108 active. So I am above the curve of that 20% that we have active currently in the game, having about 50% of mine active, a little bit over, but I am not at 100%, whereas some of the players who are made that commitment. Over time, hopefully we'll see that grow. My major accomplishment in Splinterlands is just being early and holding, and that's also been a little bit of a failure. My account and my cards once upon a time were worth over $1 million. So when I look at my profile today, and let me see here, my cards, my assets, does Peak Monster still show? I think they will at least show for cards. Yeah, wait, does it show? Oh, I forgot where to go for this. My Explorer doesn't show all of my stuff. I'm going to find it live here, and I'm going to laugh at myself. Nope. It used to just be under my cards, right? Oh, yep, here it is. I'm blind. So yeah, they're around $56,000 now. Now, given when I say I was at over $1 million, it was at a very inflated market. And when I was holding about 230 lands, I did lower that down to 196. So I sold some in that top area. And those lands were included as well, because if I go to my lands, as you can see, I still have 196 here. I'm not counting these two because I'm trying to sell them. They're on the market, so technically I own 198. The reason I only own 196 of my 2 tracks, I did trade away some of my plots to allow a friend to come into my region because he wanted to. And then I also sold... originally, I sold 1 extra occupied because I had gotten one extra. That might have been a mistake, but I sold it for a good amount when land was pretty early. So, we'll see what happens going forward. I do have all the power cores I need to turn these up. I just don't have the monsters yet. I'm currently holding off for them. They'd also like us to talk about upcoming goals. Well, my upcoming goals really is to play the crypto market in this next bull run, get enough DEC to utilize all of my land, and hopefully continue to earn a good amount of gold rewards cards, because I do think and expect that we will be able to unlock our gold cards to move them onto land. I currently have a pretty good connection of gold rewards cards. I can kind of show you guys. This is what I'm working on right now. It's really why I haven't really fully done my land. But if I go to right here, Chaos Legion, and then we go to rewards, and then we go here to owned soulbound, and then we go to gold. I have, max level. This one's only at level 4, but I have 9 copies, so I could probably push that up. I have a max level right here of the Phyrexian Hero. I have a max level here of Noah. The Summoner's maxed out. These two are maxed out. He's maxed out. the next goal is going to be to get some more of these to be in max level. I think I'm like one card away on this guy. Yeah, so I need one more Imperial Knight, and I'll get him to max level. And then I haven't leveled up the Izars yet because what might I spread this card out onto 7 different lands, having 7 copies? Maybe. I'm thinking the same thing with my Oost. And hopefully I'll be lucky enough to get some more copies of these other dragon cards. I need the dragons and the fires, so I'm doing pretty good on the fires, but I'm not doing so good on the dragons. But the goal is here to really hopefully have a max set of these that I want to pay to unlock and move on to my land, because it'll give me a chance to turn up some of those additional lands with some pretty high level PP cards, because I'm not typically a gold holder of cards. If you go here and you look at Rebellion, it has never been in my budget or in my strategy I have to change this to just owned, to get gold cards. I typically get them and I sell them. You can see I don't have very many copies. With wagons coming up, I am doing something a little interesting. These cheap ones that nobody seems to like, these are cards that people don't like, so these golds are not very valuable. I'm holding them, and the ones that are more valuable I'm trying to sell. Basically what I do is I buy Rebellion packs, I rent out some cards, and I move these around, and it's a way to get to a max level set a little bit cheaper, but you are sacrificing owning gold cards. Was this the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? I don't know. I have a max level regular Untamed set, but should have I maybe not quite had a max level and held on to some of those gold legendaries? You can make an argument I should have. I've always thought the way I'm doing it is the way that I'm comfortable doing it. I don't want to bring more than a few $1,000s into the game, and this strategy of having a high level account that's earning a lot of potions, buying packs, opening them, using those potions to hopefully pull more golds and more legendaries. You can see I got my first gold legendary ever of Rebellion right here, and then selling those cards, dumping them into additional packs, or when the market is right, into certain cards to get them to max level. It will get me there. I'm not there yet. If I go out of gold and we look at my core set, as you can see, I only have at this point maxed out a few of the key legendaries. Like these two are very important, so I maxed them out. I have not maxed out the epics yet. They're going to be some of the more costly cards to push up into max level. I did go ahead and bite the bullet and bought the Avena the Woofs at around $2.25 and got her to max level because she has been a very integral card to use in Champion. And I did max out the Manoroth and the they're promo cards. That's why they're not showing. I have to turn promo on. I did get a max copy of both of them, and I held on to one of my gold Grimbardoon Smiths. I could have sold him for $50. Now he's down to $37. This is why it was holding golds. This is the right move. Maybe not, but we'll see over time. These promos might go up. This card right here, the opposite. I could have sold these originally for around $30, and now they're up to $50. So it's kind of a give and take what you're going to do and how you're going to move on in this game. Now, some of those things I went over is some advice I have for beginners who are willing to bring more money into the game. If you're a beginner who's not going to put that much money into the game, I've always had kind of this similar advice. You're going to want to come into the game. You're going to want to interact with the different creators in the game. You're going to want to get your Hive blog going. You're going to want to take part in the social media challenge. You're going to want to take part in the Battle Mage weekly secrets. This will get you some extra money that you earn on the Hive blockchain. It'll get your account healthier. It actually takes a little bit of stress off the Splinterlands team if you keep a little Hive in your own wallet that they create for you when you join the game. It's something just to note that they can give you these votes if you go ahead and do what they want and spread the word about their game, and you don't have to be super famous. They don't care if you have a YouTube channel like me, or if you're somebody who has a few followers on Twitter, or you make a brand new YouTube channel. They just are looking to, because once upon a time, I created my YouTube channel strictly to do these challenges and have somewhere to change them. And during the last bull run, when Splinterlands was blowing up, it was fun. My YouTube channel got pretty popular. I was having lots of people watch my videos. Now, as we start to recover, maybe we'll see that start to happen again. Other than that, though, it's really paying attention to what's beating you and then figuring out how to beat it. And then buying the cards that you see people beating you the most with. Now, currently, if you join, there's another thing that's going to be very important for you, and that's to get into a guild. The reason why you're going to need to get into a guild is because, at least currently, and this could be changing in the near future, gladiator cards are really dominant in the lower leagues. You can only earn those gladiator cards by playing in the brawls. Now, if those are removed, and we are thinking about removing them from the Bronze League, there's been a proposal. I'm just waiting to see if it's going to pass and and how long it will take to get implemented. Then the gladiator cards may no longer be usable down there in the beginning, which will help you guys out. But until then, you might have a bit of a tough time. The other thing I would say is, if you really are interested in growing within this ecosystem, taking part in all of this, joining this community and being around, don't get frustrated if it takes you a little while to get going, and don't try to do it all on your own. Join the Discord, talk in the general chat, go to some of the live streamers like Aftersound and maybe Gank and Walking Keys when they do their shows. Interact on those shows, talk to those people, and eventually here, if we get going on Splinterlands TV again at any time in the future, make sure you hang out there, because a lot of things get given away sometimes on those channels. We don't know if that is ever going to come back, but we are hopeful. Matt did say maybe if things were right, we might be able to be invited back. But that kind of covers most of my journey within Splinterlands, at least kind of within the caveats of all the things they were hoping we would share with you. I would just also share that that being in this community has led to a lot of friendships for me, even if they're not the closest friends in the world. I have Baby Omega, my co-anchor. I've hanged out with Aftersound and Walking Keys and Darkest Nights on different YouTube streams. I got to see them at Splinterfest and spend a lot of time with people like Rogue and Virus, and it was a lot of fun just to be able to do those types of things. So I hope all of you remember the good times and we get back to them. And if you haven't been playing this game or haven't got into it, maybe you should. All right, guys. Bye.